Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sam from Email Inboxer. Here's another value add for you guys. I know a lot of you guys want to schedule, between 4 and 5 at least brand new appointments for your agency every single day. Many of you do not know really the best way to send cold emails out. So what we're trying to do here is give you the tools so that you can do it and do it the right way, because the last thing you want to do is burn your email address out by sending too many emails, etc. So one thing I want to mention here this morning is that many times when guys are first starting out, we recommend that depending on how many emails you want to send out a day, but on average, just so you know, it takes guys about 250 emails to be able to schedule one appointment. Okay, so you can't just start with your Gmail address and send out 250 emails. You're going to be sent to spam. You're going to get a bad reputation, and chances are you're not even going to be able to send emails to your clients. So what I want to show you real quick is a quick tool that we recommend to a lot of guys that are just starting out. It's super easy, super simple. It's called Woodpecker, and the web address is woodpecker.co. I'm just going to kind of show you pricing. It's very reasonable. It's $40 a month, okay? And has a ton of features, and those features I'm going to show you right now. So when you sign up for the $40 plan. That's literally all you need to do. But what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to spread out that email campaign and make it look like you are actually personally sending each individual email. So we already kind of walked through how to acquire all those email addresses. And once you get those email addresses, well, let's talk first about settings, okay? So once you get signed up, you can actually log in and you click on the settings section up here in the corner and go to email accounts, and you'll have the ability to set up an email for yourself. You can Google, Office 365, Exchange, or IMAP or other. And what that would be is if you literally wanted to send 20,000 emails, you could purchase an SMTP server that you can actually connect to this. So there's a ton of functionality, but for this purpose, you can set up your Gmail account by clicking on the Google tab, right? So let's pretend like you've set that up, you've connected your email. Once you've connected that email to Woodpecker, you actually have the ability now to check the inbox right in here. So you can click on all the emails that are in your inbox and actually be able to respond. So the next step that you want to do is you want to import the list that we've actually just put together. So I'm going to find an email list. Email lists. I do not. Let's see here. So I'm going to go. And let's just, there's some dentists, all right? So the list is called dentists. What would you like to do with duplicate contacts? We're gonna ignore for now, but let's just see if we can get this thing done. So as you import these lists, depending on what the data is inside your email, so at the top of your spreadsheet, there's gonna be email, maybe potentially name, first name, website, source, status, IP address. you name it, you can actually import all that into. And the more data that you have inside those lists, the better. Okay, so, and the reason that you want more data, you want to be able to have variables inside your email when you send them. So when you put together your emails, you want to be able to say, good morning, Sam, right? So Sam would be a variable. And as long as you have that inside your data source, you'll be able to include these variables inside, inside the email. So this is just kind of a quick way to import. You just click on the import button and it will import your list. Super easy. So now let's talk about campaigns, okay? And a campaign is an individual email that you can set up, that you can include a list. We're gonna select the email that we want it to come from. Woodpecker, you can actually set up multiple emails to be able to send from. Down here over to the right, you can actually set up the time of day that you'd like to send. I personally like to choose Sunday. I usually like to take off. Monday, maybe go from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., right? You can change these times all day. What's your time zone? And then here is where we set up our email. So if you are, let's just say that we're going to send out an email trying to solicit an appointment from a dentist, right? So what I like to do at first is I like to just create an incredibly engaging email that would say dentists in, and then there would be a city. So if you do it like this, so the city would be a variable, right? And as long as we have the city in our data source, we can actually pass that city into the subject line. So every single subject, or not every single subject, but almost every subject is going to be different because you are emailing people in different cities. So now we can just kind of put together our email. So hello, and then a variable would be first name, right? And we're going to say, just wondered if you are still a dentist in the city, which is our variable, area. So this would be the Los Angeles area. Please, just wondered if you are close. All right, so this is going to generate a response, and that's, once they're engaged in that first email, you're more apt to be able to engage them in conversation. If they think that you are just trying to pitch them from email one, it's going to be a whole lot more difficult. So when I write an email like this, I generally get, 50 to 60% response rate, which is crazy. So if I'm sending, 1,000 outbound emails, as long as the list is clean, I'll get a pretty significant response rate. And then from that response rate, you can either respond to their responses with your next email, or kind of do it accordingly and have a VA respond for you. Super easy. So now we had, once we've got our email written, and guys, you're going to have your own strategies, okay? So I'm just trying to give you ideas on kind of how to create engaging emails. The next section is our prospects. So we want to add, and you can either import directly here, you can enter them manually, or from a database that we've already imported. So let's see if I've got dentists in here. Let's see. Imported digital marketing agencies. All right. We're going to select all of our digital marketing agencies. We have 2,464. We're going to come down here. We're going to select them all. We're going to add to our campaign. We're going to include them. and then boom, we're done. So 2,100 have been imported into the campaign. So at this point in time, guys, we are ready to send. And what we're going to do here is up here at the top, send email to 1 to 50 prospects a day. Now, Woodpecker automatically puts a limit on this account of 500 emails a day. I would recommend starting fairly slow, okay? Really drill down on your script. Try to figure out what people are going to respond to. Get your campaign primed, but start slow and then gradually work up more. Also, just a thing to keep in mind, Gmail also has a 500 per day email maximum. That's a free account. So that doesn't mean that today you can send 500 emails though. So you have to gradually, what we call prime it. So you have to warm it up. You have to start slowly, increase maybe by 10 emails a day. So if we start at 50, maybe tomorrow we'll increase to 60. And then the following day, 70. So this is the maximum. This is the time of day it's going to send. And guys, we are ready to send right now. That is pretty much it. As far as Woodpecker, it's super easy to set up, super easy to use. It's only $40 a month, and I highly recommend it. Now, once you get your campaign up, this is the campaign we just made. It is not running yet. It's in draft. But here's an example of a digital marketing campaign that we ran to 6,000 prospects. 2,627 of them were delivered. We had a 55% open rate, so 1,400 people opened it. And in this particular campaign, 405 responded. That's a really good rate. This is the kind of number initially that you really want to shoot for. And then once those people respond to you, you can actually respond to their email address, and you respond, if you remember, up in the inbox. So another tool that is incredibly valuable that I just want to tell you about real quick. We just launched a seed email program, okay? And how this works is this. I'm going to put the link to the seed email program, but let me tell you how it works. So as you can see, these are metrics that Gmail and all email service providers measured. So this 15% open rate, we want to make, or I'm sorry, response rate, 55% open rate. We want to be sure that our open rates are as high as possible. We want to also be sure that our bounce rates or our bad email addresses are to a minimal. We like to keep it less than 1%. And we also like to keep our response rates very high. Our seed email program, what we do is we actually manage thousands of email addresses and thousands of IP addresses. That might not mean much to you, but what we do is we give you a between 60 and 100 emails to actually insert into your list. And so we ask that you send to our email addresses as well as your email addresses. And what our people will do is our people will open your email, number one. And number two, will read the email. Number three, respond to that email. And most importantly, if your email has been put in the spam folder for whatever reason, we will actually move that email from spam into the inbox. That is incredibly valuable. So listen, real quick, I'm going to put that link to this program. So once you get all your data in line, once you get your Woodpecker account, you are definitely going to need a seed email list. You can purchase as many as you want. They are extremely cheap, but highly recommend it because your emails will now be delivered at an extremely high level because of that seed email list. You definitely need it. So check that link out. You can do one of two things. You can come in and purchase your seed emails, or you can book a call directly with me, and I would be more than happy to kind of help guide you through, you know, how to get this whole thing set up. So, any questions, let me know. I hope this has been helpful for you. Once again, it's Woodpecker, extremely valuable tool, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys.